Welcome back to Journey to Joy Live. We are live from the beach in the Dominican Republic. I'm here with my BFF, Jessica V. Taylor, social worker, owner of Therapy for Black Women. You have seen her before. I think that was week 4, right? Maybe.
It was early.
It was early on. Week 15. I've been doing Journey to Joy Live for 15 weeks. I also have my husband joining at some point. But we are here celebrating our birthday.
Yeah. The big something.
I'm not going to say what, because if I say how old I am, that means that's how old you are.
Yeah.
It's a milestone.
It's fine.
It's a decade. But then that's the thing. That's why we're here is, why you don't want to say your birthday. And that's the thing. Birthdays mean a lot to different people. They mean different things to different people. And as you saw on my post this week, we're talking about the gift of well-being. So on your birthday, it's so nice to unwrap the gift of well-being. Give yourself self-love and all those things. So, what does a birthday mean to you?
This birthday in particular, so we're turning 40, everybody, everyone watching.
I didn't want to say
and who will ever watch today. Well, this week we turn 40. But no, so this birthday in particular is like momentous to me.
Yeah.
Because it feels very grown. 40 feels different. I'm sure when you turn 20, when you turn 30, but 40 feels wonderful, and all the 40-year-old people have been saying, oh, this is going to be the best decade. So this birthday feels pretty cool. The celebration is different, like a different level, because it's momentous, because it's 40.
Most of my friends are in their 40s and even 50s. So I guess I've been anticipating this for a while. But, although it makes me think back and feel like I love where I am in my life right now. Like, I do feel appreciative of where I am. I know for a minute there, it's like, wait, I'm not going to be 30s anymore. I'm going to be in my 40s. What does that mean? But what do they say? Like, 60's a new 40, 40's a new 20. Did I say that right? Or did I say it backwards? But
it sounds right to me. It's nice to have different struggles and be more settled and be more mature and be more steadfast and bold in who you are and the decisions you make now. That's why 40 feels different to me.
Yeah. But sometimes when we're talking about mental health and wellness and all that, sometimes birthdays, they aren't celebration. Maybe it brings up the regret or guilt, or reminds you of where you would have wanted to be in life by now and you're not. And maybe you don't want to celebrate your birthday. Maybe it brings up depression, or maybe it reminds you of some family members who are no longer in your life.
Absolutely.
It can do those things.
It can do those things. It can do them because maybe your life really is where you isn't where you want it to be, but it also could be like you're minimizing the positive and focusing in on the things that you don't have. Right there. When I'm talking to my clients and just whoever, birthdays come, it's just another day, technically, right? It's just another day. It doesn't really mean anything. I'm not a new person today, But if you are struggling, or or you feel like you will struggle, just kind of like reframe it as, let me look back over the last year and see, what did I learn? What did I overcome? What did I come up against? And I made it through, because I'm here. I'm still here.
So it's a time to reflect.
Yes. Yeah. Give yourself pats on the back and credit for what you did, even if it was challenging, because we don't get celebrated for like, oh, I made it through a hard thing in 2023, or that is worth celebrating as well. So on a birthday, there may be things we feel like we're missing.
Yeah.
But we can switch the focus, if you roll with me, celebrate what we did do.
Yeah, in the same way for New Year's, it's always about, New Year's resolution. This is what I want to do in this next year. You can think about it like that. Okay, now I'm 40. What do I want to do during my 40s that I didn't do during my 30s? During my 20s, I spent the whole time in medical school trying to become a doctor. During my 30s, I mean, a little bit of, trying to train to be a psychiatrist, but that's where I focus on my personal life. I said, I want to get married. I want to have kids. So now I think I'm flipping the script back to my career, my brand. This is why I'm doing this.
Mhm.
I'm Journey to Joy Life, some random podcast. And all of a sudden I'm doing weekly that I'm asking you to do on your vacation.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jessica.
I switched into Journey to Joy mode real easily.
You really did. She was just laying on that beach. She said she tired. She ready for dinner. We're in an all-inclusive resort right now. This is nice. But that's just it, right? So, I talked about self-care a couple of weeks ago. You talked about minimizing the positive is something that we usually do. It's so easy to do that. But let's maximize the positive. Let's treat ourselves when we can. And it doesn't have to cost money to a big resort, but just about focusing on that well-being in yourself.
Yeah. Well-being, how it looks on this trip for me, if I can go there for a second,
you can.
Is boundaries. We just had a discussion about all the different boundaries we put in place to be able to be present. And yes, life goes on, but if you have a support system, which that's something we all need to make sure we have and be formulating.
There's no kids on this trip.
And you and the guest Christopher Eubanks from last week were talking about you need to formulate a support system at all times, really. But anyway, having that in place means I can let go of this. This will be okay unless we always joke, unless you're a brain surgeon or,
Right.
it's gonna
you can do that thing.
And even a brain surgeon needs to have boundaries and take time off to be whatever you need to be, alone with friends, to rest, to recharge in the ocean, to recharge in the forest or in your grass in your backyard. Just putting boundaries in place and not allowing much, if anything, to seep in, and notifications are turned off, and you just have to have faith. It's okay for me to take a break. So this is our well-being for sure. Nice. Boundaries.
Exactly. Other than this, because I wanted to talk to y'all at least for a few minutes.
This is called commitment and consistency.
I'm committed. Let's talk about mental health on vacation. But yeah, it's definitely important, those boundaries. I mean, work-life balance is important. Right. I was talking to someone a few months ago. You are actually replaceable on your job, but you're not replaceable in your family. Right?
Right.
So, having that work-life balance and making sure you're spending time with family, spending time with your spouse, friends, whoever, that's important, because at the end of your life, what are you going to think about? What you should have done at work? Or spending time with your daughter or your friends or mom?
Yes, for sure. Agree. 100%. I mean, we all have heard they will warn you if something happened to you at your job, but they will replace you. They that's how it is. Yeah. So what we're saying is, don't overextend yourself. Don't burn the candle at both ends trying to, unless you're running for president,
Exactly.
Even the president goes to the resort and the golf course and whatnot, right?
We know that. I'm laughing because Wine's over here in the background. He over here commenting saying, take all that PTO. Exactly. If you have PTO, take it. Because some people don't take their PTO.
True.
Hello, welcome. Some people don't use that. Do you use your PTO? Let's talk about that.
I'm in the negative. I use all of my PTO. Plus more. I'm legit in the negative right now. I brought my laptop just to say I brought my laptop. But I didn't.
Because it's the work-life balance. Well, I don't know. It sounds like maybe his life is more, No, I'm kidding. The work-life balance is good.
He lives.
He does more self-care.
He works to live. What's the live to work? Work to live.
Work to live.
I did the corporate life. Yeah, but it's you can get exhausted and mentally exhausted easily, and like you said earlier, you're replaceable. Once I realized, I remember being fired once, and they filled my position the next day. And here I am thinking I'm a great asset, and I was replaceable.
Yeah.
Beyonce said that to the left.
We're not telling you to quit your job. We're just saying it's important to value those things outside of your work and self-care, well-being, and things like that.
Water the relationships, continue to grow your circle of friends. And it's, you have to be there for others, but you have to be there for yourself first.
And can I interrupt?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, you really, really have to believe that what you're trying to put the boundary around, so time with your spouse, time with your friends, is worth it, is important, is going to serve all y'all. Otherwise, you know, oh no, I can't take a trip because like you won't let anything stop you from doing all that other stuff. But if you work on your values, so clearly this couple is showing us they value quality time, they value time away from the kids, away from the moms, away, from everybody. And like you have to believe in your values strongly enough to say, no, PTO and I'm out. Be intentional and save the money so you can go do something, a little something for yourself. So.
Exactly. And people need to be told that, because some people, they just can't get away from their job and they have all this PTO stored up. And it's like, that ain't doing nothing.
I have a coworker who brags that he has 2,000 stored hours. And his dream, and his dream is to take a train, throughout Canada, like a scenic ride. And I said, well, do it. Why don't you do it?
Beautiful.
It sounded beautiful. That I looked it up and I said, wow, that's a scenic, train. Why don't you do it? Oh, work. I'm like, well, you're knocking on 60. Oh, and if you're not now, then when?
He gonna know you. If he watches this, he gonna know you talking about him.
Yeah, correct. So
that's fine. Because work doesn't stop. No. There will always be something to do. Correct. You have to take care of yourself to overuse this mask, thing that we keep saying. Like, you have to. It doesn't make logical sense that slowing down will actually help me at work, will actually help me as a father, will actually help me as a whatever I do. Because it's like, what? I should just keep going. But you have to slow down. And we see what happens when people crash and burn.
Yeah.
They get sick. Like the body or the mind.
Postal.
Will just take over.
Yeah.
People going postal.
It will be like,
I needed this. Hello? I needed to recharge. This is our first couples trip, or the two of us away from the kids.
It may not seem like it, but it's our first
Yeah, because I've done trips by myself, conferences or with my sister and mom. You've done trips with friends, but we haven't done trips together. This is just, it's nice.
Yeah.
We love our kids and parents. You got to you love your daughter. You just have to get away from them, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So recharge, put yourself first, prioritize, unwrap the gift of well-being. Give yourself that gift because you deserve it.
Yes.
And don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Let's see. Anything else?
Amen.
Today? I think we good, right? We're just doing it.
Yeah.
We're doing this quickly so we can go experience our well-being.
Have our own well-being.
Exactly.
We're putting a boundary around this.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not going to give me 10 minutes. Oh, yeah. No. We did good. About 14 minutes. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you all. Share your comments. Like, follow, subscribe, all that. This is Dr. Enjoy, Jessica V. Taylor, owner of Therapy for Black Women. Where can they find you?
At Therapy for Black Women, LLC on Google. Just Google me.
She sees patients. Where you licensed? In
Maryland and DC.
And DC. So awesome therapist. You know where to find Juan Bennett.
On the beach somewhere.
Exactly. Thank you so much for tuning in.